Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm feeling a lot more ranty than usual, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump straight into it. People are fucking assholes, and I'm tired of it. Like recently, I've been noticing it more and more when it comes to basically every single facet of my life, my work, my hobbies, the media. Everywhere I look, it's just more hurt people on top of more hurt people all over the place. But here's the thing. The worst part about it all is that the same people who are impacted the most by everyone else's shitty behaviors are coincidentally the same ones who continue to perpetuate it the most. And I really don't fucking get it. Like, it just feels like this sort of thing has been getting way out of hand over the years, and it's honestly just a really scary trend. So in today's video, I'll be talking about just that, and how it feels like we as a society have slowly been losing our empathy more and more, and how we need to actually do something to break the cycle before it gets worse. All the while you watch me play Minecraft while I'm building random shit. So without further ado, let's get into this. Alright, so the main reason I've decided to make this video is that recently during work, I've observed shit that really kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Now, if you know anything about the fire service, you know that's full of both of some of the best people you'll ever meet in your life, and some of the biggest assholes you will ever meet as well. The fact that we have assholes in this profession that requires the utmost level of understanding and empathy is unfortunate enough. But it's way worse when those things are just completely thrown out the window completely as well. For instance, a while ago, I had this one guy at my department who would absolutely flame the shit out of the newer guys for not knowing certain aspects of their jobs. Despite the fact that they were literally brand fucking new, he would scream at them all the time, call them fucking useless, and berate the ever-living hell out of them for not knowing something that was never taught to them. And that sort of thing pissed me the fuck off. Not only because of the fact that you don't get somebody to learn by screaming at them, but also because coincidentally, this dude was incredibly insecure himself. He was in his early 30s with a life that was crumbling all around him. He was unable to maintain any meaningful relationships, and as a whole was not really well regarded within our department as well. Eventually, one of the higher ups had enough of it and began calling him out for being an asshole to the point where he literally started fucking crying. Now, did that reality check lead him on the right track, and did he finally realize the errors of his ways? Yeah, no. Not even for a fucking minute. A few days later, he began doing the same bullshit all over again, which got me thinking about all the hypocrisy I see all the time with this specific kind of person. And not only just with him, but even during calls involving distressed people, there's providers out there who are just straight up rude as hell when they're dealing with their patients. Like, motherfucker, your patient is probably having one of the worst days of their lives and is obviously distressed. So how about you drop your fucking attitude and do the job that you are paid to do instead of just being a passive-aggressive prick? Anyways, you can really learn a lot about these people through their character when you deprive them of power or give them power instead. This guy in every right should be the first one to understand the pain of insecurity, the pain of depression, or overall just struggling as a whole with his life. Yet he was single-handedly the same person who was actively choosing to project his pain onto everyone else and have them feel as weak as he was. And I never understood that. We have two choices in this life. We can either uplift those around us or be the weight that drowns everyone else down. And it's fucking crazy how many people decide to be the latter, which is what led me to making this video. Guys, not being an asshole really isn't that hard. Now, if you watch my content, you know that I value empathy over much of everything else, and it's because I know firsthand what a lack of it can do to a person. When someone is deprived of love, understanding, and compassion as a whole, then they're going to believe that they're a monster. And the more that you believe that you are something, the more likely you are to actually internalize it and really become that monster you believe that you are. And honestly, that's what I'm scared of. I feel like people are so quick nowadays just to flame others for the dumbest fucking things, and even with myself. The other day, I had somebody shit on me for a video I made, basically calling me an incel and unemployed for saying that the wrong man or woman can absolutely ruin your life. I was a little frustrated at the fact that they didn't bother watching the full video, where they would have then understood that I was just bashing people who were willing to fuck up other people emotionally for their own benefit, and how I thought that was morally wrong. They instead just jump straight to their own conclusions because it's what society has taught us to do. We go off of incomplete information and demonize someone else without getting the full picture. But hey, it's the internet, you can't take it personally. It is what it is. Fortunately though, there were a lot of you in the comments who backed me up, which I seriously appreciated. But what it really made me realize is that you can have great intentions and still get a ton of flack for it too. Like I showed. It just made me realize that we just need to take that extra bit of time as a whole to get the full picture, including myself at times. But yeah, anyways, getting back on track, I wanted to also remind myself of the importance of self-reflection in a lot of these moments and get you to do the same as well. Like a lot of times, I have to consciously stop myself from being an asshole as well, and what helps me is reminding myself of the pain that it feels like when I was in their shoes. Like, for instance, I may be having a super fucking shitty day, but if I were to project that shittiness onto somebody else, I now ruin theirs. And in turn, the cycle would just continuously repeat itself. They come home from work upset, fuck it up for their wife. Wife then feels shitty and gets snappy at her kids who just want to have a good time with their parents as well. And now everybody as a whole just feels shitty. This stuff snowballs unbelievably quick, and it only starts with one singular person. So be the person to actually just break that cycle. It doesn't have to keep going down the line if it just starts with you. And if we make it a point to just legitimately be more understanding and put out more good in this world, then maybe we'll get a ton of it back. We shouldn't be hating on everybody, we shouldn't treat people like shit because we feel weak, and we should strive to actually maintain good character within ourselves. And I'm too tired of society creating more and more broken people because we all have so much potential within ourselves. Like a little mantra I went by when I felt like I was at my lowest was fight against the traits that you hate in others. Don't join them. It got me through a lot of times when I wanted to bitch slap a motherfucker because of that, and I don't know, maybe it'll help you out too. Now, with all that being said though, I do want to make it clear that I get that we do fuck up at times, and that's perfectly okay. Like, especially with myself. I get snappy, sometimes I'm petty, and there's been a few times where I just straight up was an asshole to people just because I felt like I was wronged. But here's the thing. As I've matured over these years, I now learned that compassion is single-handedly one of the biggest vessels of growth that we have. When I stopped throwing back shade that I received and really focused on understanding the why behind somebody's bad day, 9 times out of 10, things legitimately changed for the better. For example, a few months ago when I was an EMT, I had recently had a call where this dude was just completely shitting on everyone. The nurses were throwing the same smoke straight back at this dude, and it became a vicious cycle of verbal abuse. And once he saw us roll up, he then directed his hate towards me specifically, and when I got him loaded in the ambulance, I just had enough of it and straight up asked him what was going on. I had every right to be shitty back, and I could have told him to go fuck himself, but instead I just listened instead. He then explained to me that he lost pretty much most of his family, his son moved across the country and he lost contact, and he was just tired of the fact that he felt so alone all the fucking time. For the rest of that hour-long transport, I talked with him and treated him with compassion, and in the end, he even apologized to me. It was single-handedly because of the compassion that I gave him that resulted in his major shift of demeanor, and didn't immediately shit on the staff of the psych ward we dropped him off at. When somebody actually bothered to listen to him, he was able to come back to reality. And I think about these calls all the time because of this belief. When it comes to compassion, it has saved my ass so much energy. When you treat somebody like they're human, then they won't treat everyone else like the monster that they think they are. So let's start being fucking human and learn to love each other again. But hey, rant over. So to kind of recap everything I talked about here, I really just wanted to say that we need to learn how to love each other again, and really just learn that we get what we put out. Positivity will breed more positivity, and hate breeds more hate. Being an asshole isn't a personality trait, it's not cool, and it's not badass, it just makes you an asshole at the end of the day. I've seen so many people get shut down because of somebody else's bad day, so let's be the person to uplift each other instead of just being a fucking prick. I hope you enjoyed the video though, and if you did, please consider subscribing or even liking the video. Now, if you do have your own perspective, I'd love to hear it below, and I really just hope you guys have an amazing day. I love you all, until next time. Take care, guys.